Russell Westbrook made the team, but he was not happy that his teammate Paul George was left off. Let's take a listen.
Unbelievable. I think it's just outrageous in my opinion. I think, you got, I don't know who else made the team, but I know you got guys, 4 people from one team. You got guys, complaining about getting snubbed until they get in. You got guys that, just talking about all the time, but they're guys that deserve it should be in. It's not, I just don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Guy to lead the league in steals, compete every night. Top 2 at his position. You know what I mean? It don't make any sense regardless of, anything else. But if you go on by all-stars, there are certain all-stars in this league. Everybody's not an all-star. Just because you get voted in don't mean you're an all-star. I just think it's outrageous. But, it is what it is.
We're joined once again by Chris Borussard.
Bow, 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 bow. You shoot everybody. Bow, 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 bow.
Does Paul George belong on the team?
Look, I get why Russell said what he said. It's a good way to recruit Paul George to stay next year and beyond.
I got your back, dog.
And if Paul George had been on the team, say, instead of Draymond Green, I wouldn't have made an uproar. I think you could argue that. I do think George is a better player than Draymond.
Yeah.
However, George, I'm not mad that he didn't make it. I don't think there were any snubs this year. I think there's guys you could say, he could have.
Yeah.
But I can't, there's nobody this year, which is unusual, that I look at and say, oh, he got screwed. He definitely should have been on.
You don't like drumming the knees?
Nah, I mean, he's okay. But
They're going to start doing cartwheels out there. Every basket, he's going to turn a cartwheel. He got to get some attention.
He's good, but it's not killing me that he didn't make the team. Here's the thing about Paul George. Welcome to the West.
Yeah.
Welcome to the West. He, as good as Paul George is, he is not, in my opinion, that level of player that you just automatically get in, regardless of the team's record.
Agreed.
Like Anthony Davis.
Yes.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Even if the team was struggling.
A Boogie.
Yeah.
Like Boogie with Sacramento.
You getting in.
25 and 12, you getting in.
Exactly. You wanted to go to the West. And guess what? It's going to be the same thing if you go to the Lakers.
Yeah.
You might make it here and there, but if the team's struggling,
not as LeBron comes with.
It's a lot. It's nice. There's some benefits to being in the East.
Yes. Like all-star appearances,
Yeah.
which will help you when it comes time to Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, Skip. Just think if Paul Millsap hadn't been hurt. Here's another perennial all-star. We knew this was going to happen. When Millsap went to the East, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, we said, okay, somebody going to get snubbed. But you see, he took a shot at the Golden State Warriors. You got some teams getting 4 players in. Who got 4 players in, Skip? You get some guy talking about being snubbed and he get on the team. Who was talking about they get snubbed? Dave Lillard. I mean, he was just shooting everybody.
And Lillard should have made it.
Yeah, but Skip, when you look at this, LaMarcus Aldridge is carrying them without their best player.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler is playing unbelievable. Draymond leads the team, the best team in basketball. Draymond leads it in points and assists with Kevin Durant.
That's defensive.
Yeah, Dame Lillard, Klay Thompson. Oh, you should go and Karl Anthony Towns, 20 and 12. Russell, okay, Russ. Here's the thing, Skip. Now remember, if we put somebody on, we got to take somebody off. Who we taking off? Klay Thompson shooting 44% from 3.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the Western Conference All-Stars.
Neither do I. But with you on the fact, I get what Russell is doing. I appreciate and I applaud what he's doing. He's standing up for a teammate. He wants to stay next year. Get all that. He's also taking shots that I think he was taking right from his heart. That wasn't for Paul George's sake. He's shooting them and them and them and them.
Yep, he was.
Yet he made a strong point. Everybody's not, what he's saying, a perennial all-star.
Yeah.
Some get voted in, but they're not really an all-star.
Right.
Paul George is not a perennial all-star to me. This is just me. When he was in Indiana, he was never that guy. And I kept telling you guys, he's more of a complimentary star, which is why I would call him George Paul instead of Paul George, because he's kind of not that guy. He couldn't stand up to LeBron.
When they were challenging LeBron in Miami.
Do you remember that series last year? How many late shots that he had where he just folded? He's not that guy.
But it hurts, though, Skip, because the guy he was traded for is going to the All-Star game.
And the team is better.
Okay.
The team is better this year.
Chris, I'm sorry, but there's no way that Paul George is as valuable, all around valuable as Draymond Green, and you said it. He's just not.
No.
You said you could.
Draymond's a better player.
He's just better, and I'm just doing it in a vacuum. I can do stats versus stats, but he not only does deserve to be an all-star, he is arguably the glue of this championship team.
He keep it together.
Okay, so I look at Oklahoma City. If Oklahoma City right now was 25 games over 500,
Yes.
they're 27-20, having won 5 in a row.
Right.
So have they not been a little bit of a disappointment?
Paul George got hot, but Skip, here's the thing. Kawhi. Had Kawhi not been hurt, that's another slot. So who you going in front of?
I don't know. Oklahoma City did not deserve 2 All-Stars. They haven't been good enough to deserve 2. I can make a case that Lou Williams deserved it because his numbers are better than Paul George's. And Damian rose and shone. Damian was good, and they're 25-22, so they're only 2 games back of Oklahoma City. So you
can make an argument for Jokic from Denver.
You could.
10 rebounds, 16
Just
points.
think of, hold on, Paul George. If LeBron comes to the West, you never ever making the All-Star game again. Because Kevin Durant is going to make it, LeBron's going to make it, Kawhi's going to make it, Anthony Davis is going to make it. That's 4 front court players right there. Now you got Boogie. You got to have to deal with Boogie. Boogie ain't go. If Boogie stays in the West,
stays healthy.
Come on, Paul. You should have stayed in the East.
I watched the end of their game last night. They're at home against Brooklyn, and Brooklyn's been a little better than I thought it would be. But it went to the wire, and it was an ugly game, and Oklahoma City closed its eyes and hung on 109-108. It's not like they're dominating the West, so you can't argue for a second.
But it's not like there's a glaring person like, oh man, Draymond is averaging 11, 7, and 7 on a 39-9 team. They deserve it.
In the stat that doesn't show, to your point, is the defense.
Yeah, but he's the glue. Draymond is that dog. Draymond is the guy that keeps everything together.
Leads them in
he's their
assists and rebounds.
Yes. Oh, man, stop. Paul George is a good player, but he didn't deserve it this year. It happened.
He wasn't even on my radar as an all-star up until 3 weeks ago. They've started winning games and playing better. But before, I was thinking they got Russell and that's it.
That's it.
If it happens like that sometimes, you know how Pro Bowl voting. Back when my brother played, you had the big 4. It was going to be Michael, my brother, and Jerry. Okay, who's going to be the 4th receiver? Because those 3 were going every year. So who's the 4th guy? Oh, it was Chris. It was Andre Rison. It was Herman Moore. One guy every once in a while. Fred Barnett sneaked in there one year. But you had those 3, so you had to fight for one spot. Okay, Paul, you went to the loaded West.
Yep.
You fight. Kevin Durant's going. If Kawhi doesn't get hurt, Kawhi's going. Anthony Davis doesn't get hurt, Anthony's going. So you basically fighting 6 guys for one spot.
But in conclusion, I must congratulate Russell Westbrook because he usually works hard to say nothing to the media in the postgame.
He's out of people.
And that was the first time he was rocking and firing, man. I loved it. He's got that in him. I'd never seen him do that before.
I don't think he likes, and Lillard has suffered. Paul George, welcome to the Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Because Lillard hasn't made the All-Star team the last 2 years, and I get it. He's an All-Star type guy, but it's the West. It's tough.
Chris Paul said, well, I should be in there too. What about Chris Paul?
Well, if he hadn't missed so many games,
a bunch of games.
He would have been. That's another one.
So somebody coming off.
I don't think Westbrook likes guys pandering to the media, crying in the media. That's why he took the shot at Lillard. And obviously Golden State, he's got his reasons with that.
Well, Dave, you know it. Oh, now Dame Capel dropping 50 on you, Russ.
Yeah.
But how do you argue Golden State? What do you say? Oh man, they got 4. They shouldn't have 4. Really? You don't think they got 4 to 12, 15 best players in the NBA, Chris?
Well, they also have a pretty specific player that might conjure up some feelings for Russell in that regard.
They have that guy.
I want to see.
He's been talking a lot too.
Whew. I will.
He got his team, got his back now.
Oh, okay.
He's talking all types of jobs.
Clint Capella job's easy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's easy.
Chill out.
The second best player in the NBA joining the team that won 73 games the year before. That was easy.
When you are the Finals MVP, you can talk.
So you didn't have a
when
problem
you are
when
the best player in the world, you can talk.
See, there you go. You were doing good. See, I was
it's beneath his dignity, but he's always doing it.
I had just complimented Skip, said, Skip, you was right. I was wrong. I said, Skip was on a roll. He was doing so well. And then you know how you have those house parties. And somebody bumped the turntable. Like, no!
I cannot help myself.
That guy at the party is dancing, though.
Yeah, we were dancing at the party. Then somebody go bump the turntable. turntable.
And bust that extra move. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
How impressive was LeBron's record last night? We'll discuss that next.